Hey everyone, my name is Colton Smith, and this is my presentation on leadership. So, my personal mission statement, I'm going to go ahead and read it. My mission statement is to provide complete athletic injury and illness prevention, recognition, evaluation, and rehabilitation to the individuals at my future place of work. I will strive to serve each athlete with utmost professionalism and care. I will dedicate myself to excellence achieved through innovative and diverse continuing education required by the NATA, as well as the Board of Certification. And I will dedicate myself to professionalism by following the NATA Code of Professional Conduct. And then moving on to the vision statement. And I want to make clear that my vision statement, technically, a vision statement is kind of, in reference to something that you want to see. It's a company in the future. But I want to have my vision statement. I want to live out my vision statement each day at work. So my vision statement: I will strive to provide comprehensive and innovative healthcare to all student athletes I work with. I wish to continue my education to further enhance the quality of care I can provide to the athletes I encounter. I wish to better the lives of the athletes I meet in all aspects, not just in the scope of practice of athletic training. So each day I want to live that out. It's not something. This isn't something that one day will be achieved. This is my plan for each and every day as a professional in the profession, and I think I want this to be known to my future employers that I'm in it. This isn't just work for me. This is life satisfaction. I believe a life well lived is one with service, and I just so happen to be in a profession that I can serve in my job at the same time. So before we get to leadership, we have to break down the third habit of highly effective people. So basically, habit 3 is kind of summated as putting first things first. It's kind of based on importance versus urgency. So importance is kind of defined as things that will better you, things that will help you achieve your goals, grow. So that maybe examples can include working out or eating healthy or dieting. These are the important things. Building relationships. Urgent things, as we can kind of see, are things that just need to be done. Deadlines, crises, and key meetings, right? So a leader should strive to spend as much time in quadrant 2, which, building, it's not necessarily urgent, but it is important. So building relationships, planning, developing your life skills and improving upon yourself, right? And a leader should limit his or her time in quadrant 3 or 4, which is, could be urgent or not urgent, but they're not important things. So, that's, for example, quadrant 4. This is busy work, or escaping from life, or doing things that are time wasting, like being on social media, perhaps. So we have to get this out of the way to go to our leadership. So what is a leader? How do you define a leader? Leadership is a noun, and it's the action of leading a group of people or an organization, or it's the state or position of being a leader. But notice how in the definition that doesn't necessarily mean that a person is appointed to be a leader, right? You can be a leader in any aspect of work. You're not the boss, right? You can be a leader in any aspect of work, which is especially true for me. I'm about to enter a potential GA-ship or an entry-level athletic training position. I will not be the boss of where I enter. But it is important for me to lead in my workplace. So, lessons from incredible people. The information that we got in this module was awesome. So, what can we learn from Admiral McRaven's speech? My favorite quote from the video was, "Changing the world can happen anywhere, and anyone can do it." I mean, it's true, and it's awesome, and I don't think we hear that enough. I can change the world. And as athletic trainers, if we don't believe that what we're doing is going to make a difference, then that's when we get burned out. We feel like we're not making an impact, and that's when athletic trainers, I think, get tired of their profession, when they don't believe they're making an impact in the lives of their student athletes. I also learned from the video that one of my favorite aspects was, you're going to fail. When you talked about, the sugar cookie, life will not always be perfect. You will not be prepared for every situation, and even if you are, it doesn't matter. You're still going to fail. Life is still going to kick you down. Get over it. It's not going to be perfect. And I love what he talked about, the circus. You grow the most in adversity, when you have to do more work, when you're pushed to the limits. You will grow from that. And as the Admiral was speaking on this, the individuals who had to do more calisthenics ended up coming out way stronger and much more prepared than the other SEALs. And this kind of directly relates to Jocko's video. So Jocko did his video on extreme ownership. That's his thing, extreme ownership. Understanding that you are at fault for what you do or do not do. And it may be common to assign blame to other aspects, to other people, but the point of Jocko's video was to say, if you are responsible for something, take responsibility for it. And I've noticed that in my life, leaders in my life, I have respected men and women who admit to their mistakes and just and know it. They stay true to their mistakes, and they just own it. They own it. I made this mistake. Here's how we're going to fix it. And I think that's more important than a person who doesn't admit mistakes and potentially has these great achievements, but if they can't admit their faults, where they've made mistakes, if they're not self-actualized, they can't be a truly effective leader. So just being deadly aware of your shortcomings is so important. And this kind of relates to putting yourself in uncomfortable positions and growing from that. Like the other video, being comfortable with being in a state of uncomfort. Only in a state of discomfort you can truly grow. And getting out of your comfort zone and pursuing tasks that you very well may fail at, that's the only time you can grow. That's the only time you can reach new heights that you never thought possible. That's the only time athletic trainers can make impacts on people's lives and improve the world, is if we're sometimes in places of potentially uncomfortable places, and we grow from that as people, as individuals. So how does this relate to the athletic training world? All these lessons learned from just these incredible people. How does this relate to me entering my next job as a leader? Well, as an entry-level athletic trainer, I can assure you that I will screw up. I'm going to do it bad. It's going to happen, and I want to be prepared for when I do. I want my employers to be totally aware when I screwed up and how I did it, because I think they will respect me for that. That is a truly a quality of a leader, to take those risks, fail, and then learn from that. I don't know. I know that I'm going to be uncomfortable, but that's how I get better. And going back to Admiral McRaven's speech, he mentions that anyone can change the world, and it can happen anywhere. I believe that my coworkers and myself can change the lives of the student athletes in the AT room, and in turn change the world if AT is truly our passion. Why can't we get the most life out of our job? Why can't we serve the world through what we do? So moving on, do you have to be a leader to lead? And of course not. A leader is crafted by hard work, honesty, and self-actualization. I will be a leader in my future workplace. I know that much. And I also have to include, it's not a static title. One person isn't a leader. Everybody can be a leader, because some days I might not have, I might be having an off day and I need someone else to step in and take that leadership role to lead in other aspects of the athletic training room. Um, and relating to kind of like, how can I best lead? How can I lead? And that relates to, my personality. I believe I was a popular sanguine, as well as a perfect melancholic. Um, and you kind of break down an issue with that. You kind of break down the faults of each of those and how to interact and whatnot. Um, but I think that, if you own up, if you're self-actualized, if you know where your faults are, if you know your mistakes, if you take extreme ownership of where you need to get better, I don't think my personality matters necessarily. I think it gives me areas to focus on improvement, but I believe if you kind of apply these principles of hard work, extreme ownership, being comfortable with being uncomfortable, as well as putting important things first over urgent things sometimes, I believe I can be a good leader no matter what my personality may dictate me as. Um, so yeah, relating this to the AT world and how I will lead, I believe all the information given above was excellent, and it related hugely to becoming a leader. You need all these qualities to be a truly excellent leader. So thanks for listening. Appreciate it.